In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best point guard cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. And as you guys know, we've been getting some crazy good point guards over the past couple weeks. I wanted to get you guys my updated top 10 point guards currently in the game because a lot of people asked for it after the last content drop. You guys wanted to see who are the top 10 point guards. I thought I'd give you guys, just who I think are the top 10 point guards, because that has once again completely changed with how many great point guards we have gotten recently in my team. So let me know in the comment section down below your guys' favorite and best point guards in the game currently, and of course let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But coming in at the number 10 spot, I do have the free dark matter Doug Christie. Kind of crazy to say that he's at number 10 when he is such a good point guard, 6'6" at the point guard position, 6'9" wingspan. I just want to quickly give some honorable mentions: Invincible Cade, Dark Matter Amen Thompson, and tons, plenty more names that can be considered, but those are just two guys like Cade, Invincible, and Dark Matter Amen Thompson that I was really debating, putting at number 10 over Doug Christie. I just think this card is amazing with his defense and his jump shot. He's a great defender, 97 block, 98 steal, 98 perimeter, 94 interior defense, but he's got that top tier jump shot with the LaMelo Ball base, Oscar upper on very quick timing. So a great jump shot for Doug Christie, amazing dribble six. D Francis size up is great, Curry escape is great, right? Dame behind the back is amazing. He's got the front clutches, which is nice. Could use the quick drops off one, but that's like the one thing he's missing for animations wise, because then he also does have almost perfect defensive tendencies: 95 block shot, 95 contest shot, 98 on ball steal, and a 98 pass interception. So Doug Christie, amazing offensively, maybe a little bit undersized, only 6'6" at point guard, but still a great offensive point guard who can also be an elite level defender. Now at the number 9 spot, I actually do have Invincible Penny Hardaway. Once again, a kind of crazy thing to say because Penny is so good at point guard, so to have him at number 9, it just shows why I think the point guard position is easily right now the most stacked position in the game. 6'7" at point guard, 6'10" wingspan. I absolutely love this Penny Hardaway card. I think all around he's got obviously elite stats and badges because he's an invincible card. He's got maxed out defensive tendencies, all going to be at 100. But the best thing about Penny is when it comes to these animations, I really like the jump shot with the D Rose base. It's honestly starting to become one of my favorite, base point guards again, base jump shots for point guards. And then you also got the John Wall upper, which is great this year, on very quick timing. He's got amazing dribble sigs, pretty much the best dribble sigs in the game. And also Penny, for somebody that's 6'7", if you guys have used Penny and if you guys have used Cade, Penny just moves so much quicker with the ball in his hands compared to Invincible Cade. Like, his movement is just so much cleaner. He runs a lot faster, and then he's also got the quick drops off one, so at least he's got one of those safe dunk packages where he's going to be really good at going to the rim. And then at the number 8 spot, this is where things do get even crazier. I got the Hero Dark Matter Ben Simmons as only the 8th best point guard. I mean, it felt like only a couple weeks ago he was still in the debate for the top 2 or 3 point guards, and now he's all the way down to number 8. It just shows once again how good the point guard position is right now, because Ben Simmons is still 6'11" at point guard, 7-foot wingspan, debatably the best player model in the game for a point guard. He's probably still one of the best defensive point guards in the game with a 90 block, 95 steal, 97 lateral quickness, 97 perimeter, 95 interior defense, super athletic and fast. The one big thing about Ben Simmons and the reason why he's a lot lower on this top 10 is because of his jump shot. Really doesn't have a great release, because if he had a good jump shot, which he'll most likely get on his invincible or endgame version, he's going to jump up from number 8 all the way to number 1 or number 2, because that's the only thing he's missing is his jump shot, because everything else about Ben Simmons is top tier for a point guard. So I do think Hero Ben is going to be the 8th best point guard currently in my team. At the number 7 spot, now this is where it might get a little bit controversial. I know some people really do like Lamar Odom. I just want to put out there, I think Lamar Odom is great. I think he's an amazing point guard. I think he's top tier, right? He's 6'10" at point guard, 6'11" wingspan. So when I say I don't like a couple things about the card, it's not to say that I think he's terrible or I think he's bad and I don't like him. I think he's an amazing point guard. I mean, he's number 7 in one of the most stacked positions in the game, right? He's ahead of a Ben Simmons, who's a top tier point guard, a Penny Hardaway, cards that I love. So I'm not saying he's bad when I say I don't like his dribble sigs, right? With the Kyrie Irving size up, I I do think when we're nitpicking and we're talking about the best PGs, you guys got to remember they're all amazing and top tier, and there's not going to be too big of a difference. So one card having the Kyrie size up compared to, you know, for example, Penny Hardaway having the Steve Francis size up, it does, in my opinion, make a huge difference, because the Kyrie size up on Lamar Odom, it just isn't good. It takes forever to use that size up. It's super slow and really slows down Lamar Odom. And then his jump shot is good, but it's not like my favorite release in the game. Like, it's a decent jump shot, same release as Dale Ellis, but for whatever reason on Lamar Odom, it just feels a little bit slower in game. He's really good at going to the rim though. He's got the quick drops off one, he's got perfect defensive tendencies. Once again, he's amazing at point guard. I just think because of the size up being a little bit slower and not that great with the Kyrie size up, and also his jump shot not being my favorite, once again, an elite level point guard, I just do have him at number 7. Because then at number 6, we got endgame Kobe, right? 6'6" at point guard, 6'11" wingspan. And for number 6 and number 5, they're pretty much identical point guards. I do have Kobe at number 6 though, right? KPJ base, Sadiq Bey upper on very quick timing. We know every endgame is going to have the same jump shot, same tray fade, right? Same dribble sigs with the Steve Francis size up, the tray escape, day behind the back, and then also all of these endgame dunk packages with the quick drops off one and the front clutches, and then also all of those crazy dunk packages in between, like the MJ, the Ben Simmons, the Giannis, the Clyde, the Vince, the Shaq, the Zion. So yeah, this card going to be such a good all-around point guard, and I do think right now is the 6th best point guard, but basically is tied for number 5 because I do have endgame MJ. And if we quickly compare these cards, you'll notice there is no difference except for 10 pounds in the weight, right? They're both 6'6" at point guard, both 6'11" wingspan. I will say their player models are very similar. I like MJ's player model a little bit more. Even though Kobe weighs a little bit more in game, I do think MJ is a little bit better of a player model, you know, just the way that he's built in game. And then yeah, stats and badges obviously going to be identical. Tendencies are going to be identical for the stuff that actually matters, right? Like the block shot, contest shot, on-ball steal, pass interception, and then the finishing tendencies. Like the driving layup doesn't really make a difference, or the spin layup, or the triple threat shoot, or the triple threat jab step, or the, you know, shot close, or the spot up. You know, this stuff doesn't matter. Like all of these tendencies, you know, don't matter at all. It's really just these defensive tendencies right here that matter, and then these finishing tendencies like the flashy dunk, the driving dunk, and the standing dunk. And then we know their animations are going to be identical, like literally identical. So they're pretty much the exact same card. They're pretty much tied. What I'm saying is for number 5. So I got Kobe at technically 6, and then MJ technically at number 5, but they're pretty much going to be tied for the 5th best point guard. And then very similar, or not very similar things, because I do have Jokic at number 4. Now this is where I think it gets super close, right? We got Nikola Jokic at the number 4 spot, 6'11" at point guard, 7'3" wingspan, and he's kind of in between, you know, the two type of cards that are very similar, right? So I got Jokic at number 4, and then at number 3 and 2, once again, tied for number 2 is going to be Luka Doncic and Jimmy Butler, because if we're talking about identical, I don't think you can actually get more identical than this. Same weight, right? 230 pounds, same height, same wingspan. Like literally the only difference is nothing. There's no difference. Like there's literally no difference in the cards. Once again, these tendencies are a little bit different down here, but that makes absolutely no difference in game. They're the exact same card when it comes to badges, animations, stats, tendencies. So these cards I do think are tied for the 2nd best point guard in the game, right? Luka and Jimmy Butler. And then Jokic is kind of in the middle between, you know, these two cards, right? Kobe, MJ. These are 2 cards tied for number 5. And then we got kind of Jokic at number 4. And then we got these 2 cards tied for number 2. So Jokic is kind of in that middle range. And I do think he could be argued either way. Maybe some people put him below MJ and Kobe, right? That kind of 2 pairing. And then some people might put him ahead of Luka Doncic and Jimmy Butler because of his size. And I can definitely see that. He's a great card on defense. He's got amazing size at point guard, being 6'11". I just think for me personally, going to be in the middle as the 4th best point guard. Like I said, Jimmy at 3, Luka at 2, but they're tied for number 2 basically. And then at the number 1 spot, for me, head and shoulder above every other point guard is going to be the endgame LBJ. 6'9" at point guard, 7 foot wingspan, one of the best point guard player models in the game. And yes, he most likely will be dethroned by a endgame Nikola Jokic or an endgame Ben Simmons. I can for sure see those cards being better than LeBron, and those would probably be the only point guards in the game besides maybe like a point guard Giannis, or they do like an out of position thing and give like, I don't know, some crazy card point guard. Like LeBron will be a top 3 point guard, for pretty much the rest of the year and will be, you know, competitive against a Ben Simmons and a Nikola Jokic. But I think right now in the game, because of his size, being 6'9" at point guard, his player model, his wingspan, and just his animations in game, getting great stops on defense, he gets so many pluck steals. He's a great defender on the inside, blocking shots and contesting shots. I do think LBJ, his endgame version, is going to be the best point guard in my team right now. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my top 10, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.